Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Melissa. So today we had a very busy day. We did quite a few things. We had gone to another Amish produce auction, and so I kind of put in a little bit of fast forward to go through the items that were here. The tomatoes, there's a ton of tomatoes, zucchini, squash, just a little bit of everything that's been coming in. Potatoes. This is the first time that they've had potatoes at the auction. They only had that little bit, and they were kind of small, but people gotta bring what they gotta bring, so that's what they brought in. I thought about going home and digging up some of my potatoes just to see what they look like, but I know I put them in a little late, so we're just gonna let them grow. Eggs, I have not seen them do eggs here before either. You had to buy 13 dozen of them if you wanted. Tons of pickling cucumbers. I did not buy anything today. We just went, checked it out. There wasn't anything that I just had to have. These are how they're hauling their stuff here with the horses on their stuff on pallets. So I just wanted to get a video of the horses on there just because, they always amuse me. I don't know why. Just so cute. They had a few of them that were with little kids.
Now we got three more. 2 4x5 and 1 5x5. 3 times.
3 times again. Right there. Get $25 on them. Get 15 there. Number 10. And now 15. 15. Euro 15, 17, 17, 20, 20, 20, now 5, 25, 30. Good 22, 50. Get 22 the hot there. 21. Look at 22, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 22, 3. And that 22, then 22, now 3, 3, 3, 22.
So after the auction, we decided to go to another town to check some stuff out. And they, in Turkeyville, were having like a little flea market thing. And Turkeyville is it's this restaurant, gift shop, ice cream parlor. It's a huge attraction. We actually have never been in there. I don't know why. We just never have. It's not something. It's like about an hour from our house, but we came for the flea market. But there was just so much stuff. That cage was massive. I mean, you could fit like a teenager in that thing. I couldn't believe how big it was. But I just kind of followed Aaron around. We didn't buy anything from most of it. I only ended up buying one thing, and I'll put a little clip in here of what I bought. Bought it from it was Tupperware. Who can resist Tupperware? Well, probably a lot of people, but I cannot resist Tupperware. But so we just kind of walked around checking stuff out. This pottery, I love handmade coffee mugs. I've got a few of them. This guy has a great selection. I just wanted to pick one up just to see what his prices were. I did make the deal with my husband that I would only spend $30. So I had to pay attention to what I wanted and not just buy everything that I thought I needed. The goal was not to spend anything, but I was able to spend $30 if I wanted to, and so I did end up buying one thing, and I'll show you what that is. This lady did a great job on her cups. There's so many different people make these things, and they come up with some of the cutest ideas. We have a lady who lives down the road. My son is friends with her grandson, and they were friends since probably first grade, I think. They've known each other since first grade, and she makes our cups. We get custom cups for our 4-H people, like the people who buy our animals at the auction. We give them a customized cup with what they bought, what year they bought it. It's got Berry County Fair on it, and then my son's name, so that hopefully if they're a return buyer and they're like a business or whatever, maybe they'll remember, oh, hey, this kid we bought last year, he was, nice, or his meat was good, or the quality was good, or, just kind of something to help remember, like, hey, I bought from this kid. And so kind of entice them to come back the next year. A gift is not a requirement. Our only requirement is to give them a framed picture of our son with his animal and the person who bought it. So say a bank bought it. High Point Bank does buy animals. So if High Point Bank buys it, they will go up, they'll take a picture with our son and the animal, and then that picture will get to us by the end of, within a few days, we'll get that picture, we put it in a frame, and then we have until a certain date to put a thank you letter together or a thank you card with their framed picture, and then we have to hand deliver it. We have had a situation where we tried to get a hold of this business that had bought an animal, and we had been there like 3 different times. The guy was never there. And so we ended up leaving it with his secretary. That is not ideal, but they were 45 minutes away. And so we thought, oh, we're going to do it. And then this was the Tupperware one that I was talking about. We went through here, looked at some stuff. This little wagon full of miscellaneous stuff, very hard to resist going through things like that. I don't know why I like Tupperware. I've always enjoyed it. I've always liked it. It's something that I've always had. Years and years ago, I started selling it, but it just did not work out for me. I don't know, just not that people-y kind of person. I mean, I'm a people person. I love being around people, but I'm not people-y. So let me ask my husband.
It's for garlic or shallots.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a really good deal because you can't get it.
Aaron.
It was for consultants only.
Come look at this.
I had to earn it.
Look, a garlic one.
Garlic is good. It keeps the vampires away.
No, we grow a lot of it.
Oh.
So I ended up buying the garlic one. And then Chase left the windows down in his truck and we couldn't get it started. So we're over here putting feed bags over his windows. I had to add this clip because it was hilarious. It was just like a pop-up storm. You can see the sun still shining and my daughter is out there putting feed bags in and it was thundering. We didn't see any lightning, but it started downpouring. And then we had some tree trimming that we needed to do. So we had Andrew go up in the bucket. He's a little bit more braver with heights than I am. And my husband, he doesn't trust, like, I don't think he trusts anybody to lift him up in the bucket. Like, he needs to be in that control of that. Here we seen when he went to start it, that chain was really loose. So he made sure to fix that before we started on that. Don't think that we did let him just go at it like that. And then he's just, chopping the tree down now, or not the tree down, but the limbs that they were hanging over and they had gotten so bad that through this area we like to mow, but the couple of them were touching the ground. They were leaned over so far. This particular one right here, when he starts cutting it, this one actually already is touching the ground. You can see over on the left-hand side that it's touching the ground right there. And so my husband's yelling at us like, hey, you might want to go ahead and like grab a hold of it and pull it while he's cutting it. But it got a little stuck, like the bar got a little bit stuck in the tree when it started to move. But we got a hold of it. And then when it comes all the way down, luckily it didn't land on the truck. I'm not even sure why we didn't move the truck. It's not running, but we could have pushed it. But Zeta was over here pulling on it while I was recording, and it kind of like tried to land on her. And this is my garden behind her. Then the dog, got to be curious. She's got to be right there in front of everything. And then he was done with us. He didn't want to do any more work and took off on his dirt bike. And then we ended up going for a ride with my husband to take the tractor back. My daughter and myself were like, yeah, let's ride with him because he had some stuff that he needed to do over where we keep our cow, which is also where the tractor is at. So Zeta was on one side and then I was on like the road side. So when we were driving down the road, like I would be the one closest to traffic. She would be closest to the ditch, like just kind of being a little bit safer. I mean, she's a small child, but she's 20 years old. She's old enough to sit there. So I did some videos of that. And then I added the calf. This is why we were going to the other farm with the tractor, was to get some black soil for some holes. So I figured I would take some videos of our cows while we were there. Go a little slower. Let him think he can get a hold of it. Nope, guess not. You got in my video, Timber. She's like, I need attention too. These kittens get all the attention. This one's in her food bowl out here. Puppy snacks. No, I'm just kidding. And then it was obviously a window cleaning day. And I decided to record Zeta doing it just to pick on her a little bit. She's a little short, and I tried to get her attention because there's a step ladder right behind her, and she's like trying to think I was looking at spots on the windows, which there are spots on the windows, and she's like, no, I'm good, I'll just hold on to the door handle and climb. And I was like, okay. So I had just little clips at the end. If you like what you're watching, consider subscribing, liking, sharing, all the good stuff. We've got fair coming up soon. There'll be tons of videos on that.